that replicates the musician or the
Yeah.
brand. Then I animate with using Higgs field. Inside Higgs field, you get like your VO3. I personally like Kling 2
Yeah.
point. There's 2.6 now, so it's literally for me it's the best. VO3 is still cool, but I use more of Kling. Yeah.
Yeah. So what he's sharing is an overview of some of the same tools that I use, including I don't use Midjourney as much. I'm more into Kling.ai as well as Higgsfield. I used to train with Kyber for a long time. Kind of moving away from that lately as more tools come out that are better, cheaper, more accessible. But just so you get an idea, folks, and I'll do a quick screen share here on my screen. For example, this is Higgsfield, this platform that we're looking at, and tools like this, which you, Evans, I have to thank you. Actually put me onto this almost 10 months ago. So we have our calls at least once a month. Uh, in tools like this, you can go from making images, taking them to become videos. You can create characters. But as we'll start to explore more about the concept of making content, it's more than just a push of a button. And you can create very realistic content. Even some of the images that we made for today's presentation of us walking out of the cell phones, it this did not just start with the prompt and instruction. It started with an image. But before that, it started with the idea, which is the human part, right? Evans, the human at the center of AI. Let me
Very
stop sharing for a moment.
Yeah, that's very, very important. I think like as a human and as a creator, having that first initial idea, it's very key for anything. So it helps. AI just makes AI helps you enhance your creativity, as I said earlier, as he did in that video. So yeah.
So that takes me to my next point about AI and storytelling. The reason why we do this is because the medium of communicating with people has drastically changed. At one point, it would have been a newspaper, radio, television, the main mediums. That eventually evolves to business cards, flyers, tangible goods. But now we reach people through our cell phones, which is quick, effective. You can actually target specific audiences based on demographics, age, or location, and submit your ads, for example, like an Instagram post, and have it only play in certain regions. So I actually used this not long ago. I did a video for a buddy of mine who does music. He does electronic dance music, and he needed a visual, and we specifically promoted it in South America, specifically in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, because he's trying to build his presence out there. But I know, and I've seen some of your posts, Evan. The content that you put out there is just mind blowing, and it's reaching people all over the world. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Absolutely. So with the whole AI storytelling, we know that obviously video gets more traction than still images. An image is static, it's just there. And it might as well be very self-explanatory, exciting to grab attention. But we have better tools now that we can make those images and take them from static to moving, add captions, audio, and get very detailed. Actually, have dialogue with AI characters. Isn't that what you've been doing lately as well?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the best way to get like dialogues, I'd always refer to VO3. So you can have multiple characters even interact to each other, which is very amazing because you can tell a story easily with that and really catch the attention of the user's eye. And if you have like you don't have like budgets and all for a long time and you're a storyteller, this is the time to take the opportunity. Trust me, because initially it might look hard, but once you start and it's not like a one go, you need to prompt and use, now you can even use basic English to prompt. It's getting easier. So it's more user friendly to jump in and start. Like for us, we always go overboard, like doing more on custom GPTs, which we're going to talk about later. But
Yeah.
even like the easy English, it really works. Like trust me, and probably just a little multiple times, and you get what you want. So yeah.
And by the way, we're gonna have a little bit of Q&A towards the end of today's session. So if we say something that maybe you didn't understand, like for example, custom GPTs, and you're thinking, what is a custom GPT? What is Veil 3? What is prompting? What are nodes? Certain keywords that we use that stick out. There will be a time to ask that, and we'll touch up on that in the time that we have to kind of give an idea. So I don't want you to get lost. Today is more about just doing an overview to position our thinking for 2026, considering that in this chat alone, all of us have a story to tell, which brings me to my next point. We have the tools to tell powerful, powerful stories. It's no longer you're just explaining an experience. You can tell an entire story. And I'll give you an example. In recent news, obviously with the capture of Maduro in Venezuela coming to the U.S., even though the news had reported that, social media had taken that to a whole nother level. Individual users like us, for example, just regular folks that were not journalists, have been crafting their own narratives about what's happening in the moment. They've got everything from him hanging out in jail, singing music, to there's a gentleman in Los Angeles who did an entire video of the actual capture when the soldiers went in. And what's mind blowing is that it looks so real. It's you can't even tell the difference. And I'll give you a few things to look out for, by the way, because I'm constantly dealing with deep fakes and things out there saying, "Is this real?" I mean, do you go through that as well? When you're going through your feed, you're like, "Is this real?"
Yeah, for sure. I
It's
think
a lot. But with those narratives, it doesn't have to be that you're just highlighting a story in the news or something you're passionate about. It could be a product that you're selling, a way to communicate with customers. Like if you have a brand. So in my workflow, for example, since I teach this stuff, and so does Evans, we teach entrepreneurs how to start using the tools to tell their brand stories. But that's not the only way that AI is being used now. People are using it to talk about their experiences, their culture, which I did want to highlight because we spoke about this this week, Evans, before the call. Evans, you're originally from Nigeria, correct? Although you
yeah.
reside in the United Kingdom. So what I've noticed when I first connected with Evans almost 2 years ago, a lot of his content initially coming out had hints about Nigerian culture. And I noticed, especially with the patterns of the clothing, the visuals, and how you kept it so close to home with not only so much love, but you told the story so eloquently. And I was like, wow, this is different. Do you remember those?
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, if you don't mind, I'd like to pull up one of your videos from your Instagram. Is that all right?
Yeah,
To,
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
okay, just a moment, and I'll do the screen share as well. Mr. Evan Zugo, there we go. Thanks for your patience. So this is Evan's Instagram handle, Mr. Evans Ugo. And if you go to his earlier posts, you're gonna see, for example, what I was referring to when it comes to the inclusion of cultural aspect into some of his videos. But I think it was also you were doing a music video for an artist in Nigeria. Is that right at the time?
Yeah.
Help me out here. Point me out because I'm gonna click on the first thing that looks amazing since everything looks amazing.
You
I'm
can
gonna
just play anything. There's a lot of work. So yeah.
Now this one I remember it caught my attention because of the vivid colors of the baby blue. Just think how much money you save on doing an AI generated music video compared to a full production, which will run you in the 15 and 20 thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous. But what I'm showing you right now on screen, this is from almost 3 to 5 months ago. I want to make something clear, folks, that technology has gotten so good that you can't even tell if it's AI generated or not at this point. So over time, as the content has continued to grow, we've been able to put out more realistic looking content that is just it's mind blowing. I have an ad here that I did for an event that we're holding 3 weeks from now called the Latino AI Summit 2026 to bring creators from the Latin community. It's open for everybody, but it's to bring the technology perspective. And I was able to create visuals that became video to then tell a story. Obviously, my whole Miami vibe, it looks very tropical and everybody's perfect. Everybody's flawless because we're all perfect in Miami. Not true. And then I even threw myself into the video, getting on the bus, saying, "Hey, let's get on board." But this is the thing about these narratives. We can tell powerful stories with AI tools. It's not hard to get started, but there is a learning curve. And I love to stress that to people that it's not just going to be overnight. It takes time and practice. And Evans can go into detail. I mean, how long does it take to make a music video, for example? Just walk me through it.
A music video probably for like a 30 seconds real AI music reel. So I call it probably take like 7 days to actually get like a proper work because sometimes you have to generate close to like trust me, like 500 images just to pick the best because as you know, AI isn't perfect. So you want to try, you want to get the best scenes. And one unique thing is once you do like the generation for the images, it's the same as the video generation. So you will still do like literally almost the same amount if you're very picky because sometimes you can get lucky breaks and that lucky breaks just sets you apart from like everyone else because you can get like a lucky transition, you can get like a lucky camera angle. So sometimes when you wait, it's just like in the Bible, when you wait on the Lord, when you wait, you actually have way more better results. Sometimes if you're patient, you get some people just do just normal, but when you're patient and you want to try, you want to go beyond, you get way more better results. So that's from my experience. Yeah. So yeah.
No, and I appreciate that, and I love the analogy too about being patient, waiting. Let me show them something while I have you on here. So going back to Higgsfield, which is another AI service. This is my account, for example. Uh, the images that we use for today to make this presentation. I've got several projects going on. Please don't get overwhelmed. So, for example, what Evans is sharing is to make the flyer, I went through several variations of what I thought the image should look like. And it's gotten better, but I didn't have to fly to London to take a picture of him. I was able to use just a headshot from his LinkedIn and from there crop it and shape it. Now, in my case, I have more weight around this area and I love that it made me thin and beautiful, but I know myself. That's not exactly what I look like, and I know it's AI generated. And here, this was hilarious, Evans. This actually the AI model combined a little bit of me and you, and
Yeah.
this is me as Evans, I guess, because there's like similarities. We we really could be twins. You got a good looking suit, by the way.
I think this style brought like the concept for you and you had to like do it better.
Yeah, I had to rework it and see which one would finally make
Mm.
the cut. It was cool. Here again, it's my face, but there's Evan's features in the face here because I know this is me, but it
Yeah.
combined it. And this is a result of a couple of things: poor prompting, me being in a rush, and
Okay.
misunderstanding of how the AI took the prompt. And I used Nano Banana Pro for this, by the way, but it takes like you said, Evans, it takes several attempts to get the look that you want in order to finally get that master piece and say, this is going to become the video. By the way, all this costs time and money. It's not that you're just hitting the button, generate, making images. It takes time. You spend credits every single time. For example, I have a Higgsfield subscription. I get 600 credits a month. Every video that I do is between 5 and 10 credits. Think of them as tokens for a short 5-second video. So if you see, for example, a 30-second video on Evans or my Instagram, wherever, 30 seconds is actually probably like, could be what, six short 5-second clips
Yeah, it
or
just depends.
10 seconds, depending on exactly. But if it doesn't come out right, you have to do what? You have to go back to the drawing board and boop, generate. So the whole time it's eating at your credits. And fortunately, there are some services out there that are a little bit more lenient. And one thing I share with people, if you're going to get started with a new AI tool, go for the free stuff. Don't necessarily put your credit card out there until you try some of the toys. As I call them toys, you can call them tools, but explore. You should have that option. If they want to go and grab the money and say, "Hey, give me the credit card," I would probably hesitate a little because they know if the tool is good, you're gonna stay as a frequent flyer. You're gonna subscribe at some point. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's always best for you to start with the free tools. I think there are like some open source tools as well that are a little bit cheaper. And now, even if you use Higgsfield now, there are some tools that are unlimited. So even if you pay the $29 for the basic subscription, there are some video models like up to now the Kling 2.6, it's
Mhm.
unlimited right now. So right now, if I want to do a video, I don't need to pay for it. It's gonna be unlimited for Higgsfield. You get, so sometimes when there are new updates, they make it free for like 7, 12 days. So it's best to always use that opportunity. And there's a tool called Cdance 1.5. It's also unlimited on Higgsfield right now. I think maybe probably by next week it's gonna end. So sometimes it's good to take advantage of the new tools that just come out because most of them they want you to test it. So
Yes.
they make it like free for like a week or for like 14 days. So then you can make multiple generations. So I think that point is best for you to just try and do anything you want to do because it's a great opportunity to even scale. You can scale on your YouTube, you can scale on your TikTok, you can scale on your Instagram. You can start a YouTube channel with no budget, like with just your little budget, and start like any kind of story. It could be a Bible story, it could be a drama, it could be your own story using yourself as a character. So it's if you're a storyteller, this as an I can't stress it, but it's so unique because like for me on my page on Higgsfield, they brought out something called Cinema Studio, and that has literally all the cameras for the professional guys in the world that does like top movies, and using that just changed everything because as an I don't know how to stress it, but it's like a proper movie scene you get.
Wow.
So I don't know if you can even show them like a clip on that so they would know. And it's called Cinema Studio. It's quite new on
On
X.
Higgsfield?
Yeah, and it's very unique. I use it
Absolutely.
in one of my videos. If you can bring it up for them and let
You
them
want me to
see
go to Higgsfield or to your Instagram?
to my Instagram, then you can show them on the
Absolutely.
yeah.
Give me 1 second. One moment. Going there now, and I'll do the screen share.
Yeah, thanks.
No, my pleasure. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm
So
on your page now. Talk to me.
the one with like the Joker with like a lighter.
Here we go. This one?
Yes.
Okay. So
So
You
Yeah.
have different angles, is what you're referring to, the camera angles.
Yeah, the camera angles, like it's like a movie scene, like you see that explosion inside the water. Yeah, so then this is literally all the cameras. You have your IMAX, you have your like literally all the cameras without even prompting. So you don't even really need to prompt.
I've noticed about Higgs field that it gives an opportunity even for the most basic learner or the new learner to
Yeah,
be able to start playing with the tools, even if they want to get something out there to say, hey, I made something. It's very possible. And over time you can get better, but obviously it's a matter of practice. I wanted to ask you about this one because I saw this recently on social media and I love it. I've been playing with it too. What's
yeah.
going on here?
This is it's a motion control, so you can use any character and same movements. It's a clean motion control. It's new, so any character you can use yourself, change to any your favorite character, and still tell a story. So and that can increase like your viral moments and all. So it's very unique and very easy to do. You
Wow.
just generate the image and just replicate and it comes. You can see Michael Jackson, you can see Shrek, and it gets the exact lip syncing. So you don't need to go to another platform to lip sync. So it does like everything. So before you have to go to another platform, maybe like your Infinite Talk or any other platform to do lip syncing. I think Kling does lip syncing as well. But now, once you have the motion, you can just replicate that and just say use the video and replicate the same motion. Just a simple prompt like that to the image, and you get the result. Same if you want to do like a drama or something, you can be on your on like I am in this environment and I can make a phone call like on a scene like, oh, it's coming, the thief is coming and I'm shaking, and I replicate that and put create an image on a character, and it's gonna do the same thing. And I can change the lighting, I can change the environment to probably
Within
maybe like
clicks.
in a prison yard or something to just get that. So it's just it's just amazing what you can do. It's how creative you can be. So yeah,
And one thing I wanted to mention, so I we connected almost, I think 2 years ago. We actually connected via LinkedIn because I saw your work and I admired your work very much. I thought it was
thank you
just
so much.
very creative. Yes. At the time, I was exploring some of the Gen AI tools that were already out there. Even though I have a photography and production background, this was next level because I could tell a story nowhere near the time and cost that would have taken just to get my foot out of the door and say, hey, I'm going to the location to film. And we could
Yeah,
do so much with our cameras, but now we can do way more combining the technologies. But the reason why I bring this up is because of the importance of having community and building spaces where people in this creative field can get together. It's not always in person. Sometimes it has to be online, but the point is do it, make it happen. And you don't have to do it for much. I mean, we're doing it right now. There's people on the call that are from all over the United States here. Uh, this is a way to network, but also to see who's out there, who's your neighbor in the creative space. And I've learned a lot just from our conversations that we have. And Evans knows this about myself. I make a priority to every week to have a phone call with somebody outside of my area, outside of the country, outside of my level of expertise, because it's a matter of empowering each other. So I encourage anybody on the call, if you're not doing it already, set up those creative spaces for whatever your passion is. People like to get together, talk, uh, vent, but always driving towards the same mission of creativity and telling your story for whatever your passion is. I wanted to move on to the next subject I had, which is good content versus AI slop. I wanted to touch up on that so we can explore what that means. So AI slop simply refers to some of the things that you see online that don't necessarily have instructional or educational value. They're quickly and cheaply made. I'll give you an example. There's a viral video of Will Smith eating spaghetti. Now, there's nothing like amazing to say. It's Will Smith eating spaghetti, but it's an AI version. Big deal. But apparently it's exciting and it has a lot of followers and likes, and people continue to circulate this just like a meme. Sometimes people make hilarious memes with AI, but there comes a distinction between what is slop, short, quick, what I call like junk food, like McDonald's, compared to actual AI film or production, which is what we're looking at with some of the things that Evans and I have worked on. And just to be clear, it's never to put anybody's work down. I'm just trying to make a distinction between what's out there, because what comes up is the question of, well, how do I make that, or what do I want to create with AI? And I always tell the learner, when you're creating with AI, you want to create with intention. Think, what is your objective first before deciding to pull out your credit card and buy higgsfield? Why are you buying higgsfield? Do you need that, or can you do just videos on your cell phone and do videos about your restaurant or your business, or something you want to do for your chamber or your agency? So I mentioned that because when telling stories, you always want to speak with intention. And there are also AI tools, like we talked about the GPTs. There are AI tools that help you with the whole learning process and developing your story, your narrative. Eventually, that can become a prompt, and you could feed that to a system that will create the image, the video, and so forth. But with the whole concept of telling the narrative, if you're not using, for example, a GPT agent within Chat GPT, and I think it's only on the paid version, right, Evans? On the
Yeah, it's only the paid version. So yeah.
So what we're referring to, and I'll just jump back here real quick. If you haven't seen it before, the GPT agents, I have it here on the sidebar. They're usually going to be on the side when you go to your paid version of ChatGPT. I have to stress that paid version of ChatGPT, explore GPTs, and here you're going to have an entire library of different conversations. Think of GPT as a conversation with the language model, because you're talking to data on different subjects. Real estate. I put in real estate, and I'm going to get a list of different agents for selling a home, buying a home, real estate investment advisor, commercial real estate guide, whatever it may be. Baking, if you're into cooking and you want to have a conversation that is only about baking, look, baking buddy, baking soda, baking fairy, whatever. We can do one for image generation, which is more along the lines of what Evans and I do. And look, 3D image generation AI, Nano Banana, Pro Smart. These are user generated GPTs, conversations that people like you and I have created over time, but you have the power to do this too. You can actually create your own GPT for your business. Maybe all you want to do is have conversations with ChatGPT about setting up initiatives for your nonprofit or fundraising, planning a party. You can include conversation starters. What Evans and I do is that, and his is probably way more advanced than mine, we have custom GPTs just for making content. And I have one that I constantly use that I continue to refine, which is just for creative stuff. And I'll have my own conversations to start. Do I want to use Adobe, Higgsfield, refine a mid-journey concept? It knows already that whatever I ask it to do, it knows to create a certain instruction that I will then feed into an AI program. What does all this mean? I save time. I don't have to open ChatGPT and say, hi, I'm creating an image and I want you to make A, B, C, and D in such a way. I avoid all that wait time, enabling the creative output to go faster and spend less time writing prompts, and instead let the AI write the prompt. I'll tweak it, and then I can worry about the visual. Now, Evan has shown me some secrets and tips I know over time that help save even more time, but that's because you spend hours in this for your clients and what you're doing.
Yeah. I think what Mike's saying like is fantastic. It saves time. So with time, it probably take a while to learn custom GPTs. Like you have to get like a well-made instructions and maybe use like guidelines from the from maybe the tool you want to specify the GPT to, or like an angle or cinema angles. You can just go get like a PDF that has literally like the best angles in the world and put it in and tell the GPT to give you like a canvas of an instruction on angles, for example, and it gives you like a full-on canvas, and you can copy that canvas and still communicate with the canvas like, oh, okay, I want, you can go ask maybe GPT chat GPT and still say, give me the list of all the professional camera angles, and it gives you, and you can add that into that canvas and still communicate. Then when you get what you want, then you can use, you still tell the GPT to give you full-on instructions in a canvas, and you copy that and you put in that instruction box. Then you have a conversation starter. Then you test it. If it's good to go, it comes in like a proper prompt. You can still define it and like, oh, give me this prompt specifically for VO3, give me this prompt specifically for Kling. And because it has that knowledge data, it goes and picks like from Kling, from their own Kling guidelines, because they already have the data, and it gives you the way it works. So once you put the prompt in, 9 times 10 gives you like accurate results than your normal English. So it saves a lot of time, and it gives you, you can still tell the GPT to do like, whenever I prompt, give me like 10 different instances. So you have 10 tries. So you can just do that in a go. You get, so you don't need to do one, two, three. So when you go to 10 tries, you can be shocked the kind of camera scenes or image scenes you get. Even you will be surprised. Even me that creates a lot, sometimes I get like, wow, I scream like, wow. So it's not like I know everything sometimes. Like you just have, sometimes you can like, did this just happen? Like, whoa. And it's just, that's just the power of GPTs and custom GPTs. So it's very powerful, I would say. So
And
it's
you
good.
teach on this already. Do I have that correct in what you're
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. Oh, for sure. We do cohorts on that. But even for this whole space, you can go to my recent post. I think you can just comment AI and you get a free camera angle. Once you type AI, then automatically you get a free GPT for camera angles that I created. So that can give you like a head start. Then yeah.
And that brings me to my last point, and then we're going to open up the conversation for any questions that anybody has. How do I get started if I'm new to AI storytelling, filmmaking, telling my perspective, or my, for my business or myself, whatever? How do I get started? What do you recommend? Are there a few, two or three tools that we can explore? What would you say is a good start?
You said?
So
Sorry, I didn't get.
besides Chat GPT to help write a prompt, what other tools would you recommend as a starting point for new users?
For new users, I would say Cloud. You can start with Cloud. It's relatively free. So you can pay for it. So Cloud AI, it's good.
Cloud AI. Okay.
Yeah, Perplexity, it's another good tool. Very, very intelligent. So I think for me, I'll start with Cloud AI and Perplexity if you don't want to go through the ChatGPT route. But ChatGPT is always the first to go to. But Cloud is free, so you could start with that, and it's very, very smart. I go between Cloud and ChatGPT, but if I want to do a lot of tweaking, I can still use Perplexity and dabble around the three. So it just works best.
So
Yeah,
this is
this
Claude.
Cloud, yeah.
Claude.ai. There's also Perplexity, which I love because it provides the sources for when you're doing
Exactly.
research, whether you want
Yeah,
to.
and Gemini too. You can even put in videos, so you can add Gemini there.
And then as far as image generation and making videos, we did mention Higgsfield AI as well.
Yeah.
And is there any others that you recommend that are
Um,
easy, cost effective for new users?
Easy for new users. They can try Imagine Arts. Imagine Arts. I think their UI is very easy to use.
Imagine Arts, okay.
Yeah,
Bear with me if I didn't find it on the first.
yeah, that's
Imagine. Oh, you know why I didn't spell it right. Imagine Arts.
yeah,
Imagine
that's
Art.
yeah,
Okay, here we go. Imagine.art. And I know
yeah,
even Canva has tools that are just stepping up. Um, I don't use Canva that much. I'll be honest, because I subscribe to Adobe, so they give me most of what I need. But for the everyday user, Canva has AI powered tools to be able to make presentations, short videos, or making an image into a video, if I recall. I haven't tested it much, but I know it's very good and it's gaining a lot of traction. So we mentioned Claude, Perplexity. These are
yeah.
for your GPTs having conversations with data. You have higgsfield.ai. You've got
Imagine Arts.
Imagine Art, and as well as Canva. So a couple
Then
of tools.
I
Go
think
ahead.
like we can add in video as well.
Is it IN or N video? I forgot.
IN.
In video, create videos without limits. Here's another one. By the way,
Literally,
you don't get anything for sharing this. I don't have an affiliate link. I'm just sharing with you the tools, just straight from the top of my mind. So this is good as well for new learners, right?
yeah,
And it's cool how they show you the possibilities. I just hope that they're
straightforward.
realistic to tell you how much work it takes for some of these things. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing, and if anybody needs the links, I can put them in the chat for some of these tools if you wanted to get them. So I wanted to open up the floor to any questions that you may have. Um, if you want to be on camera, great. If you don't, not a problem. But at least give us your voice or send something in the chat so that we can answer you. You see, there's something here I got. Oh, okay. All right. So
This was great. Mike,
yeah,
thanks for letting me know about this training, and thanks Evans for your time. I definitely will be following your content. The question that I had, you pretty much ended by answering it because I was just wanted to know as a newbie, right? This seems like a lot, and like what do you start? Then you start getting shiny object syndrome, like, oh, this is pretty, oh, this is that, and you're all over the place. So
Yeah,
you pretty much narrowed it down by saying, okay, as a newbie, start off with this, but I guess I would add to don't even have the wherewithal to even create, right?
yeah,
So yeah.
so is there a specific thing that you run into, like a hurdle with creating, or what do you find is one of your biggest challenges to get started?
It's definitely is as you mentioned earlier, is the prompt, right? It's how do you speak AI language? So,
okay,
so I just be typing stuff. I've used Canva to create images for me. Someone told me just go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to generate the prompts for you. So that's been helping a little bit to ask Chat to generate the prompt. I wrote down, you said to create chat GPTs. That was pretty cool. I wasn't familiar with that. I was creating projects within chat GPT. So seeing the other alternative that you shared of creating GPTs, that's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to give that a try.
yeah. I think at the first go, because I was just trying to be in your space before like I answer questions, just to understand you. Like as a beginner, I think you don't need to think about like the the so crazy stuff. I think you just take it gradually. Um, go with like the easiest type of English you can say. Oh, I want XY. I want to go to this. I want this car to move fast. Start off with those easy English. You understand? Then once you create like your first story, then you enhance. You go back and you there's ChatGPT now. Okay, you can say go make this car move fast. Then take that English to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, I need a detailed video prompt
Mhm.
for this, for just the English you said. And I'm going to use VO3 to do the animation. Just very easy. Give me exact video prompt with VO3. That's the name of the tool you want to use. If you want to use Kling, you add Kling. And it gives you like a full-on detailed prompt. Then you just copy it and you put that. If it doesn't give you the results, you can read through the prompt and you tweak things by yourself, or you go back and you tell ChatGPT to give you 5 different instances on this particular prompt, and you get a very good result. So if you start your workflows like that, like the way you prompt gradually, with time you get used to it, because once you spend time in something, you understand the model well, you understand how it does, and before you know, you be like a very good storyteller and you can start dabbling around the other fancy stuff. So that's how I will go. That's how I started, and then you can scale up from there.
And I
Thank
want to add to that because I think a week or two ago, Kling 2.6 came out in Higgsfield, which already has, get this, it's not just video, it's video with audio. So when you
Exactly.
prompt, you say, make a car with race car sounds. So you can hear the exhaust or you can hear ambient noise, and you include that in the prompt. A service like Kling 2.6, which is, I know it's part of Higgsfield. When you're making the image, it'll show up right around here, Kling, and then you can choose the latest model 2.6. This just came out. So it's
Yeah.
cinematic videos with audio. You don't have to go and take your video and then add more audio and continue to. It's awesome. It's a game changer. Awesome.
Evans, you mentioned for the prompt, did you say in video to type the prompt?
So any model. So if you want to type a prompt, it's best for you to type it on ChatGPT with your normal English and tell ChatGPT to give you a detailed prompt. If you want to do like an image, you tell ChatGPT to give you a detailed image prompt. If you want to do like a video, you tell ChatGPT to give you a detailed video prompt using Kling 2.6 or using VEO3. So you just get used to the name of the tools and you can just put it in. Then you start with that. Then gradually that could be like a start with your workflow. Then you can increase, like go like be enhanced gradually. Instead of trying to do the difficult stuff with that, you can gradually tell your story and just make ChatGPT your consultant. Like literally anything you want to do before you do any animation, because it costs credits,
Yeah.
ask ChatGPT before you do anything. So yeah.
There's a question, by the way, on the GPTs thing you said about how to get the camera angles. Can you just briefly elaborate on that? Like, what's your starting point for the camera angles in Chat GPT?
So for the camera angles, like the way I went, how I did mine, I still said it. You can go to my page and type AI. You can get it for free. But the way I did mine, I use Nano Banana guidelines first, because the angles are with the image, it's not with the video. Because from there you cannot easily animate. So you get like different types of like 10 dolly, wide, short, close up, and all. So you start with the Nano Banana guidelines is on their page. So I got a full document. Then I loaded it into the Chat GPT, my custom GPT. Then I got like all the angles on PDF and I put them in and I told them to give me all the camera angles whenever I'm prompting for any image, like professional camera angles. So once I do that, I get like the full list, like a 10 to 12 list of different dolly angle, close-up, fisheye. So I don't need to pay money on Higgs field, because Higgs field for camera angles, you pay like 4 credits. But me, I can get mine. But obviously, because you want to do more for clients, you can use the 2. So you can still pay for the 4 credits. It doesn't cost too much. Then still use your custom GPT. And you never can tell. Your custom GPT might even give you way better result. But just have those different options. It just helps you tell a better story.
And that's on your site, right? For stand.store, the Nano Banana GPT guide.
No, no, you just my recent content that I
Okay.
posted yesterday. So if you post AI, automatically you get like the free camera angle GPT that I created, yeah,
Is that on the Instagram page, Evans?
on the Instagram page.
Or Mr. Evans Hugo?
Yes.
Okay. So I see there's something you posted recently. It's got like a red background. It says speed
Yeah,
up.
that's it. Yeah. So once you comment AI, automatically it goes to your DMs. So you
Okay.
can always use that for free. But you can still create yours. But that's like a good starting point. It gives you lovely angles. So yeah.
So I put in the chat for you, Cynthia, the link that he's referring to, which is to one of the videos. And then if you decide to comment on that, Evans, sure we'll send you some more information about how he comes up with the camera angles. Funny stories, I actually had to come up with my own camera angles when I got started in this because I remembered them from
Exactly.
when we actually film with cameras, but even not having the full working knowledge, I did some research and I was able to add that into my GPT. Things like a dolly in motion or dolly out, or if you want like a Dutch angle, if you want an over the shoulder look of a conversation. And what Evans is saying is when you're creating your story, making a visual, you want to include that instruction into the image first. Then the video will bring everything into motion.
Exactly.
It's like taking a picture in the middle of a fight scene that you have like a punch already executed, and then that's just a picture. But now you tell the picture move and continue with the motion of whatever else you want to happen. So you include into your image a camera angle that works for you.
I think before, I think you should show them the way it is on Higgsfield. Go to like Higgsfield shots. Let them just have like a picture of how Higgsfield does
Sure.
theirs. I think that would be really helpful for
So I'm
them.
on Higgsfield right now, and where do you want me to go?
You go to explore on Higgsfield.
Explore. Okay.
So you scroll, yeah, just continue scrolling. No, up, like the up.
Up over here.
Yeah, just scroll. Yeah, just scroll. After the motion, stay scroll. You're gonna see shots. So you can click on that.
This one.
Yeah, shots. So for this shot, this is how you can get your different camera angles. You just upload one image and you get like 9 different camera angles. It costs 4 credits, so you can use this route. It's still relatively very easy to do at a go. So you can just test it out for them.
So
So
I'm
they,
going to upload a picture of an AI generated female that I'm going to use in an ad tonight for an event that we're having. And then from here, I select the orientation, a portrait view, like a cell phone, as opposed
yeah,
to YouTube, which is wide. And I hit generate.
it
So,
takes like 2 minutes.
okay.
So yeah.
So while that's happening, let me open up also for any other questions that may be in the chat. I'm going to close that window. Let me see here. And DJ Singh, how are you? Did you have any questions also for Evans, for myself? I also got Olga. Hi, Olga. Thanks for joining us. I said hi to everybody else as well too. So if you have any questions, definitely feel free to chime in. Send it in as a message. Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
the love and support. She says you guys are awesome.
you.
Um,
Thank you.
I'm giving this just another moment so you could see what Higgsfield has to offer and it's a great service. It really is. I don't think I use all my credits in the space of 1 month. I usually have a little bit left over, but I have also several subscriptions, just like you, Evan. So we don't play with one tool or one toy, as I call them. We have many toys in our toy box. So it's not always Higgsfield that's going to necessarily do the job. Maybe there's something better that will do the job, depending on what it is. What I mean by that is if you want to make an AI generated story that looks like a cartoon, there may be a better service or option in here. Or maybe you want something that looks super realistic, like movie style, then there's other services for that. And I know Evans, myself, we tend to mix and match. That's how we're able to create very unique looking content. We don't just go for mainstream. We use custom GPTs. We try out the tools, various tools. I have the habit of having the AIs feed one another. Like I'll have Chat GPT, the output, feed into Perplexity, and then feed it back into Chat GPT so that amongst themselves, it's not autonomous, but amongst themselves, I'm getting more information and having them have their own conversation, like having two marketing agents in the room doing all the work for me. I'm just there delegating and directing. And that ultimately is the goal with AI, not to replace you, but to assist you in your learning, your thinking, your executing, whatever you want to do. Okay. I've got it on my screen. Do you see this, by the way? Let's get out. Hey, you see it? Okay. I've got 9 different views. I love this. It's just
Just an image.
wow. How do I make it larger though? Should I just like this
Yeah,
maybe?
just yeah. You can download all of them like individually as well, and you can download all at once in a pack. So
Yeah.
then you can go back. Yeah,
And I can upscale them, make them even
you
prettier.
can you
Oh,
can
okay.
scale
Download the
them.
full grid.
Yeah, and one unique thing about upscaling that I think most people don't use is
Wow.
when you're scaling, it's good to add a little bit of pause in your prompt. So you add like so it comes like really realistic, like it shows that pause.
This
But
is
this is really cool. So,
this was my first image right here. And now
yeah.
show me other angles of the same woman. And obviously this is for a deeper conversation, but when you want to have continuity of a character in a scene, meaning let's say she's walking through Miami, well,
Yeah,
you're not just going to be looking in one scene. You're going to see from the side, from behind, behind people, maybe behind a moving vehicle. And what you don't want is that when you see her in a different video, that her face has changed, that
exactly.
her hair, her facial features, whatever. So this is great for character consistency, and I love this. I see this almost like terrifying to whoever had like a professional photo service because look how much I got within seconds. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. How much I was able to do, even though this is AI generated. So fascinating. All right, folks, we are at time. I want to thank everybody who came and who shared a little bit of their Friday afternoon. Hope you get home safe to your families. Uh, Evans, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're over there 5 hours ahead of us, so you'll be going to sleep soon, I'm sure.
That's fine.
Uh, if you want to connect with us, we are also on LinkedIn. You can find us there. Evans Ugo, Imagine AI, Mike Pina, AI Rocket Ship. And thank you for joining us. So we'll see you on the next one soon. Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys. Yeah. Have a good day.
Folks, take care now. Take care, Floyd. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, let's go ahead and just stop the recording. Moment.